The conductor for High School Band 1 this evening is a gentleman who we feel very lucky to have spared to work with us and for your sons and daughters this evening. Scott Taylor comes to us from Richardson High School, the Richardson Independent School District in Dallas, where he is director of bands at Richardson High School. You can see through the program resume, Mr. Taylor's many credits are really outstanding. He has twice had the honor of being the conductor of the TMEA honor band, once in junior high school and once with the Richardson High School band. He is currently serving as the Vice President of Texas Music Educators for the band division. So ultimately, he is the authority figure that reigns over this sort of performance throughout the state. I'll be introducing several young people to you in this band. You'll note from the program that many of them, most of them, have asterisks by their names, indicating that they have risen to the area level of competition for seeding toward the Texas All-State Band. There's no way for us to figure the percentage, what percentage they are of all those players when they're in the region band, because each region does their bands a little differently. But we have 5 areas in the state of Texas, and each region in the state, some 23, may send 56 players to the next level of competition, to the area level. At the area level, these young people have proven themselves to be, this year, among the top 20% of players of their particular instrument in the state of Texas. And then those several who I will be introducing to you who have earned positions in the various all-state groups have finally whittled it down to the top 1% of players of their instrument in the state. So I know that you'll be very interested and eager to say hello to those young people. Tonight, Mr. Taylor has chosen to open his program with Frederick Fennell's setting of John Philip Sousa's Bullets and Bayonets March. And there will be a brief moment here while we move a chair or two and place a podium. Right after that, we'll want you to welcome Mr. Scott Taylor and High School Band 1. Dello Joio has written extensively for wind band and symphony as well. This particular piece, as well as several others of his, are on contest lists in Texas as well as many other states. In Scenes from the Louvre, he is attempting to paint for you a musical picture of various rooms in the Louvre in Paris, where great works of art are displayed. For this evening's performance, Mr. Taylor has selected moves 1, 2, 4, and 5. Mr. Taylor, I see that one.
Little song written by a man named David Maslanka. Mr. Maslanka lives in New York State. He's a very contemporary composer. He's written this piece. It's called Rollo Takes a Walk. It's not listed in the program. It's based on our little dogs named Rollo, who belonged to an American composer named Charles Ives. Now, Charles Ives is very unique in that he was an American businessman, and his love of music taught himself how to write and compose music. And he has done that in grand ways with some symphonies. Everything he writes is very dissonant. Well, this little piece is very much tongue-in-cheek, satirical escapade about people, ultra-conservative people. Imagine, if you will, a little dog trotting around the neighborhood, exploring everybody's yard, and finding out what's in whose trash can, and finding out all the secrets about your family. Well, this little dog does that in a grand way, and he does it in such a way that you can't help but smile and grin about it. So if you will, with us, enjoy. Roll over the next walk. thank you very